I'm starting my first walking advent in Castle Bolton. It's in Wensleydale, North Yorkshire, and I'm going to walk to Aysgarth, see the falls, have some reflections along the way, a few thoughts, see who we come across, see what happens on the journey. So let's get going. I can see Bolton Castle in the distance. Just coming up on the right is Jackson's cottage. Stayed here in March 2010 with my dear wife Sue. Spent a lovely week there. I don't think it's hired out anymore by English country cottages. I think someone bought it. But it's a nice spot. Nice little cottage. Very peaceful round here. Very quiet. Castle Bolton is not a very big village. It's a very small hamlet. Not a very large population at all. And in the distance there's Bolton Castle, which we'll have a walk up against and see what's going on. Just very, very quiet. Just hear the birds. This is a neighbourhood watch area. Even in the Yorkshire Dales, neighbourhood watch has to apply. Sad really. Little cottage there called the Old Chapel. Perhaps it was the chapel. Probably. Quite nice doing a walk, just to be out and about, getting some exercise and just looking at creation and God's world. It's a wonderful place to be. An old style telephone box in the distance. You don't see many of those now. Oh, and on the right, a little cottage that doubles for the tourist information office. Looks like it's closed today. Never mind, I think I know where I'm going. I wonder if there's a phone in that phone box. Yeah, there is. How unusual. Morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Lovely morning. Do you live round here?
Yeah, I think it is.
I stayed here about, what was it, 12 years ago. Stayed up at Jackson's cottage.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's been sold on since. It was with English country cottages. It's nice and quiet, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely and quiet, yeah.
I suppose it gets a bit busy when the castle opens.
Yeah, we don't know it's in December.
No.
Not really.
No.
Yeah. If there wasn't Castle, there would be nobody come through here.
No, I suppose that's true.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's a nice place to live.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, well, have a good day.
Cheers.
God bless. Lovely gentleman, he's obviously contented here. Stop and admire the castle, I think. Bits of work going on around the castle. Man with a wheelbarrow now. There's plenty to do at all times of the year. According to the information I have, the castle was built between 1378 and 1399 by Richard, 1st Baron Scrope of Bolton, the example of a quadrangular castle. 1536, John, 8th Baron Scrope, supported the Pilgrimage of Grace rebellion against the religious forms of King Henry VIII and gave Adam Sedbar, Abbot of Jervo, sanctuary in the castle. In consequence, John Scrope had to flee to Skipton, pursued by the king's men, but Abbot Sedbar was caught and executed. In retribution, the king ordered Bolton Castle to be torched, causing extensive damage. Within a few years, some of the damage had been repaired, and Sir John had regained his seat in Parliament. Now, I'm not going to go into the castle today because it's not open. At least I can look at it from the outside. Well, I think I'll soldier on now, leave Castle Bolton and move on towards Aysgarth. See what my walk brings forth. Hello, Mr. Sheep. You look okay, don't you? Hello. Oh, I've got nothing to give you, I'm afraid. You're really calm. Hello. Aren't you calm? Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Rare to come across tame sheep, and you normally run away from me when I see you. I suppose you get a lot of people coming here, maybe giving you a bit of grub. Goodbye. Have a good day. Well, now I've got a fair old hill going down, so we'll see where that takes me. Sun's starting to break through now. Interesting footpath right by someone's house. Oh. Branch. Important to lock the gate when you've been through it, as requested. At some point along here, I'm going to find somewhere at some point to stop and actually have a bit of a drink, maybe a chocolate bar. It's a bit uneven, this. Oops. Here we are. That's an interesting looking tree, an angle like that. Fascinating tree. Almost at 45 degrees. It's worse than the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which I must admit I've been up. It's got a very funny feeling going up the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You go up, and then because it's on a slant, it's almost, you're coming down again, and then going up. Very, very strange. I think we're going to be getting more into the open countryside in a minute. More fields. I like fields. They're so spacious. You don't feel confined. You feel free. Gate coming up. See where that takes us. I suspect along my way there'll be plenty of gates and stiles to cross. Some more challenging than others. Nonetheless, they'll all be interesting. Probably all got a different story to tell. I'm going to stop for a moment, listen to those birds. Magical. Magical, the creation of God. Birds are content getting on with their lives. I think this walk is making me content, actually. Just nice to be out and about with fresh air. Some point along here I think I'm going to meet the road. But we are going in the right direction, I think. We'll see where we come out. I think I can hear the road. I can hear a stream. Something very soothing about the sound of a stream. Some sheep in the distance too, down by the stream. Occasionally the sound of the stream is eroded by traffic noise. Here comes a horse. Let's have a sit down a minute. It's amazing what you see. Good morning. Lovely. Oh, lovely horse. Has it got a name?
Rebel.
Rebel. Does he live up to the name?
No, he's very good. He used to be a racehorse.
Oh, really?
And,
Did he win many?
2 or 3.
Two or
Not
three.
when I had him. I'm just retraining him as a lady's horse.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
A beautiful horse. Have a good
Yeah,
day.
you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Rebel. Who of us haven't got a bit of rebel in us all? This road's getting a bit narrow now. Three cars coming rather swiftly down the hill, about to meet up with Rebel. Good luck. And then it's just quiet again. Ah, public footpath, Aysgarth Falls, 1.5 miles. Well, I'm on the right track. So we'll leave the road now and we'll head following this signpost, 1.5 miles. Ah, the gate seems to be locked, but there is another way in. So I will take the alternative path. I suppose that's true in life, isn't it? You find ways are blocked and you have to find alternative paths. Alternative ways to go when the path you want to tread is not there. But with the Lord's help, you can find those alternative paths. Right, a cattle grid there. I will head up this way. Looks like a track for vehicles, but it is a proper valid footpath, so I'm not trespassing. I'm not likely to end up before the magistrate. Strange coming back to Castle Bolton and being here, what, 12 years ago with my dear wife Sue. I've been back to some of the places we went to together over the years since she's gone to be with the Lord. In fact, she said to me not long before she went to be with the Lord, I want you to go back and visit the places we went to and remember the happy times. Some of my friends said, oh, I don't know if I could do that. What's it like? Well, it's a mixture of happiness and melancholy. Very difficult to explain. Very difficult to explain. And other people have said to me, don't you feel lonely and alone when you go back to these places and travel? Like today, I'm walking across this field now. But as I said to them, I'm never alone. The Lord is walking with me all the time, no matter where I go, no matter what the obstacles that are thrown in my path. I'm not alone. The Lord's walking with me, and we'll face those obstacles together. God is my help and refuge, a very present help in trouble. So quiet now, having left the road. It's very quiet. Ah, I can see where I've got to go. I've got to go diagonally across this field. Yep. diagonally across, a bit of a dip down here, and across to that stile over there. Yep, this is really open, this field. Wonder how many people actually walk this footpath in a year. Busy, I'd think, in the summer months perhaps. Having said that, a lot of people do like to do winter walks. Then find a nice pub afterwards with a roaring fire. Have a glass of beer or something to warm them up. Perhaps a drop of rum. Not too far now to the next gate. Here we are at the next gate. Gosh, tough spring on that. Bit of a steep bit here. Oh, somewhere to stop and have a rest for a few minutes. Look, it's a seat. Wonderful. This seat is most welcome. Oh, lovely. I'll take this off. I'm going to stop here for a minute. And I'm going to get a drink out in a moment. I think I deserve that. It's been fantastic. It's so quiet here. The book I've got, which I'm going to have reflections on, I'll read a bit from it a little bit later, is from Dietrich Bonhoeffer. God is in the manger. I think it's very easy, well certainly I find it very easy to forget that Jesus was the Son of God. He was God. Hence, the title is so relevant. God is in the manger. The baby Christ slithered into this world, was born in a stable. That great advent of the birth of Christ. God is in the manger. How relevant. And on my journey I'll read some extracts from this book. But all I'd say about Dietrich Bonhoeffer was that he was a German Lutheran pastor who, because of his Christian beliefs and standing up against the Nazis, was imprisoned during the war years. And sadly, at the age of 39, just a few days before the camp was liberated by the Allies, Bonhoeffer was hanged. But he did leave behind many papers and letters from his time in the prison cell, which some are in this book, and I do recommend Bonhoeffer. I find him a very enlightening person, and I'll have a read from this shortly, and I'll find another seat, or if I don't find another seat, I'll stand and read from it. But in the meantime, I am going to have a drink. I am parched. Remember to take your litter home. So we'll put that in there. This is most welcome. Sit here for a little while and have a reflection before we head off to the Aysgarth Falls. I think the quietness of it here is going to be in complete contrast when we get to the Aysgarth Falls. The pounding of the water. It's going to be very, very loud. Because water played quite a part in Jesus' life. He's baptized with water. He turned water into wine. He walked on water. And when the storm came and he was asleep and the disciples were in the boat on water, he calmed the storm. So I pray, Lord and Heavenly Father, calm the storm of all our lives. Be with us on our earthly journey and help us as we travel on this earthly pilgrimage till we come to your glorious and eternal kingdom. Amen. Morning. Getting a bit busier now with walkers. Yeah. Sun's not completely shining down, but it's breaking through. Just look at the power of that water. You know, everything is an advent. The water is coming, the wind is coming, day and night are coming, the Lord is coming. Everything has its own place in Advent. The thing about that water is that it is so powerful until it reaches the bottom. Then at the bottom it is calm. In some way it is a bit like our lives. Very rushed indeed. Quite powerful. At the end of the day we can find the calm. The calm is there. We just need to look for it. What an overwhelming view. Thank God I can see this view. This is the letter to Bonhoeffer's parents, November the 29th, 1943, written from the Tegel prison camp. Jesus stands at the door knocking. In total reality, he comes in the form of the beggar, of the dissolute human child, in ragged clothes, asking for help. He confronts you in every person that you meet. As long as there are people, Christ will walk the earth as your neighbour, as the one through whom God calls you, speaks to you, makes demands on you. That is the great seriousness and great blessedness of the Advent message. Christ is standing at the door. He lives in the form of a human being among us. Christ is knocking. It's still not Christmas, but it's also still not the great last Advent, the last coming of Christ. Through all the Advents of our life that we celebrate runs the longing for the last Advent, when the word will be, See, I am making all things new. The Advent season is a season of waiting, but our whole life is an Advent season. That is, a season of waiting for the last Advent, for the time when there will be a new heaven and a new earth. Well, here we are at the parish church of St Andrew, Aysgarth. Well, we're going to have a look, see if it's open. The Gervaux screen, or rood screen, is worth a look at, and I'm told the vicar's desk is worth paying attention to, so we'll take a wander down here, have a look. The thing I've noticed about this area of Aysgarth, it is very much up and down. Don't know how many bells it's got, I've not looked that up. The clock says 12 noon, and it's actually 2:05, so at least it's a clock that's right twice a day. Perhaps there's no one to wind it. As the St Mary's Protocol clock winder, I know exactly what's involved. Very quiet and peaceful. Wow. That's the Gervaux screen. Came from Gervaux Abbey following Henry VIII's dissolution of the monasteries. Wonderful. Such an item has been saved. Very ornate. I'm just looking across the top of the screen, there's all sorts of ornaments. Looks like a dragon, a fish. A ram, maybe. But just looking through the thing, not one that seems to be repeated. All different. Oh, to light up the screen, press the switch by the vestry door behind you. See, it's behind you. vestry door. Here we are. Put that there a minute. Let's press the switch and see what happens. Not a lot. Oh, there is light, sorry, I beg your pardon. Yes, just a bit of light over there. I was looking at the top part, I thought the top part was going to light up. It's light at the bottom. Illuminates it and shows it off quite well. I think that screen came from Jervo Abbey, the time of the dissolution of the monasteries. Wonderful it's been saved. Now let's have a look at this vicar's desk. Oh yes, that looks very grand. Very grand indeed. It's almost like something you'd have found in a sort of a 19th century bank with the clerk sitting there with the ledgers. It's magnificent. I'm really glad I've seen that. Quite wide as well, actually. So I guess if you've got a multitude of hymn books, prayer booklets, weekly news sheets, prayers, certainly got plenty of room to spread out. Pews with the doors. Never leave without making a donation, I say, particularly as a parish treasurer. Going to see if they've got any gift aid envelopes. If not, it'll go in that receptacle just there. And certainly no gift aid envelopes. Shame. That's like a church to try and get money back from the government. There we are. Well, I'll just make a donation as it is, I think. This box safe is emptied on a daily basis. Don't blame them. I tell you what, that's well secured to the floor. No one's going to get that easily. That's it. I'm glad I've come in here. Really pleased. About now into the sunshine again. I'll tell you what, before I do that, I'm just going to have a short prayer. Always when you come into God's house, just have a short prayer. That's it. Off I go. Well, that's it. I've now finished my first Advent walk. been really exhilarating, and I couldn't have asked for better weather. It's been absolutely brilliant. Certainly walking distance, and even by the St Andrew's Church I can hear those falls. Absolutely magnificent. So here's to more walks in Advent. Till the next time.